Danielle Gomez.
And I'm Emily Kane. Thank you for joining us.
The slide fire has cost more than $8 million and is finally approaching containment. NAZ Today Sierra Ferguson went down into Oak Creek Canyon to give us a closer look at the slide fire wreckage.
Here at Slide Rock State Park, where we got to take a first look inside some of the areas that were devastated by the 21,000 acre fire. So we actually got to go inside the canyon to talk to some of the people who were affected.
All the firefighters in this northern Arizona area, especially Sedona, have ran the scenario through their heads 1,000 times of what would happen if a large fire were to start in this canyon. And I don't think any of them ever thought that we would be as successful as we were with losing no structures and having no injuries or deaths. So.
For the owners of Garland and Junipine resorts, the fire came a little bit too close for comfort.
Well, this is the dramatic line where the fire was stopped, and I wasn't here, so I don't know the whole story, but it sort of tells its own story.
But first responders were not the only ones that were prepared to handle a fire emergency.
And within 20-25 minutes, we had the resort evacuated. We knew exactly what to do, and we were out of the canyon to the north, and the smoke was just following us all the way up. But it was pretty incredible.
Now that property owners and residents have returned to the canyon, it's time for everyone to assess the damage done to many of the canyon's most beloved areas.
You may see some recreation sites that you think, boy, the public could be in here, this looks great. And it really is not something that you can just see as you walk around. All of the national forest land, including these recreation sites, are closed. That is so that we can assess the danger to the public being in here. So it's going to be really different from what people are used to. You'll be able to drive up the road, but you won't be able to come into any of these areas.
A lot of people have obviously been avoiding this area because of the fire and the closure. By all means, these places are open for business. We need to get people back in here and help fill these rooms. They've taken a hit now in this season, and they're pretty anxious to get back to work.
It'll take the rest of the year to make that up. I mean, that's a good, $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 that we're going to have to recoup over the next 9 months.
Even though the slide fire is at last approaching containment, it's likely that residents and visitors to this area will remember and be affected by this fire for years to come. For NAZ Today, I'm Sierra Ferguson.
Entry to the southern end of Oak Creek Canyon is now open. However, the 89A construction project will immediately resume. As workers continue to improve safety and road conditions, Highway 89A will still be closed through the switchbacks from the north end of the Pine Flat Campground to the Vista Overlook. This section of the state route is expected to remain closed for the next several weeks, but should reopen before the weekend of the July 4th.
During the closure, drivers are recommended to use the I-17 and State Route I-79 instead. Drivers traveling in large vehicles or pulling trailers should not use the open sections of 89A as shoulders and turnaround space is limited. For updates on State Route 89A, visit the Arizona Department of Transportation website.
And good evening, I'm meteorologist Matt Tanta with your look at your fire weather this evening. Our current humidity readings across northern Arizona here as of 5 p.m. this afternoon are a little higher than they were from about 48 hours ago. That's due to that rain we got yesterday that moved through northern Arizona, a nice light soaking across much of northern Arizona. And we're currently at 14% at the Grand Canyon, 20% relative humidity in Flagstaff, 13% down in Sedona. Now, another good indicator of the moisture in the atmosphere is dew point, and we're actually seeing dew point from 2 days ago as well, up about 7 degrees. So that is a good indicator that the atmosphere is a little more moist, which is, again, thanks to that rain that moved through yesterday. The current update on the slide fire, we're at 21,000 acres, 21,217 acres. Containment now, 75% out there. And here's the current forecast over the next few hours for our weather, for our fire weather. Clear overnight tonight. Calm winds. We'll see temps in the lower 50s. And then for tomorrow, sunny, dry, calm winds continue, so very good conditions out there. Our temperatures will range in the upper 80s in Oak Creek Canyon, maybe lower 80s across the northern plateau, the Colorado Plateau, and lower 90s, mid-90s in the Verde Valley. But all in all, calm winds, dry conditions though, but calm winds and pretty good overall fire conditions. Winds do pick up by Monday and Tuesday with breezy conditions. I'll have more on that, plus your next 5-day forecast as well, which is looking pretty nice out there. All that coming up in weather.